my God, it's Sunday. Getting ready to fire this one up here. Good to see everybody Sunday in the studio for another episode of ShopTalk, America's first and favorite two-wheel motorcycle talk and entertainment show. Coming to you live from the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio, directly at street level. I love saying that. Directly at street level, not 50 floors above, not 50 floors below. Man, the parking lot is filling up so fast already. We got XAN Biker in the house. Big D checking in from Marengo, Illinois. Winton Walker is here, Mississippi. Doug Robinson, Gettysburg. What's up, buddy? Good to see you here tonight. Scooter Salisbury. Scooter, good to see you here. Man, especially with the weather. You guys are getting some pissy weather up there, huh? Rooster passed out already. Big storm this weekend. I saw Becky's Instagram. I'm telling you right now, I'm glad we're not in Milwaukee or Wisconsin, wherever. What town is she from? But it looks bad. It looks heavy. It looks like entirely too much damn snow for this time of year, and I ain't having any of it. Pipes and Tracy in the house. Cash from Jackson. Tanya Stamper Broyles. I'm sorry I didn't say that right. Not at all. Hi from Detroit. I know what that means. That means Poppy's watching too. Green Bay. No wonder why. Move south. Go to Milwaukee at least. Green Bay gets ridiculous snow. No wonder why. Steve Broyles in the house. Tommy Syndergaard. Look, I learned how to say that name. How proud of me are you right now, Heather?
I'm so proud of you. Wow. You asked him like 5 times when you met him in Daytona, but you remembered. You are the tiny acorn.
That's right. Robin Higginbottom in the house. Paul Adams checking in from right up the road in Ford City. And man, it's going to be a great show tonight. Looks like we have...
Gatto.
No kidding. Looks like we have Michael Cash, Carbon Visionary in the house. Looks like we have about 2.5 minutes until we're going live with this one. XAN Tornadoes just passed by. Listen, in the studio tonight, we're here with power, but at the house, there hasn't been power for almost 3 days. Running everything on generators, which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool that we have generators and can do that, but what a pain in the ass.
I kind of feel bad for our neighbors, though.
Yeah, some of the neighbors, you can tell they don't have a generator.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate. We've got the furnace, we've got TV and internet and refrigerators.
And the rest of it, too effing bad.
Mm-hmm. Oliver Ham. Hey, Oliver.
Right on. 1 minute 46. Hey, listen, if this is your first time checking in, we do this every Sunday, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. And for over 300 episodes now, we have been bringing you everything that we can scoop together in 90 to 120 minutes of all the two-wheel bullshit that we can fit. What Jim Grady says, nice to have you back. Missed the last few Sundays. I know we were in Daytona, but the good news is we gathered a bunch of stuff from Daytona that we want to tell you about, and some of it we might even talk about tonight. Let's see. There is one thing: the Daytona 200.
Oh my
History
gosh.
was made in Daytona.
Did we load a picture of the finished bike?
I made a video.
Oh my God! You are really the tiny acorn.
My ass, I did. Second drags on your generator too. 2-inch drags, he says. No, it's a plain old Harbor Freight generator. But man,
best generator on the planet.
Be safe out there. Tennessee and Kentucky area right now. Michael Ballard just checked in from Trimble. Tornado sirens going on. Look out, man. We're praying for you guys. Rick Marriott. Here, let the weather whip. Huge hug from all you from Costa Rica. What's up?
Cali, right on.
Radar Fletcher in the house. And look, we're down to 21 seconds. I'm screwing around like we're not even doing a show tonight. But 21 seconds, that's enough time for me to say, let's get this one out of the station and up onto the tracks and go live with this week's Shop Talk. Here we go.
Welcome to Shop Talk, your all-access pass to the heart of the motorcycle world. Every week, we fire up the mics with riders, builders, legends, and celebrities, bringing you raw stories, wild rides, and real talk from the road and the garage. From custom builds to killer events, we're covering the culture that keeps your wheels turning through the week. New episodes drop every Sunday. Watch on YouTube or listen wherever you get your podcasts. This is more than a show. It's the sound of wrenches, good times, and the open road. This is Shop Talk. Now available on Cycle Source TV through Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, Android TV, iOS, and Android.
Okay, scooter tramps and chopper jockeys all across the land. It is just after 9 p.m. on Sunday. I'm your host, Chris Cannell with Cycle Source Magazine, and we're getting ready to fire up America's favorite two-wheel talk show, Shop Talk, going live every Sunday with me and my faithful crew.
Hey.
Back from... Dude, what's going on with your helmet over there?
Oh, my hair actually hurts today. Like, it hurts to have it up, and I want to take it out of the ponytail so bad. Don't you ever have days like that where your hair hurts?
I
So
do.
they make hats.
Oh, my hair hurts. I know I
it's
forgot mine at home. That was the
Usually
plan.
it's after a long weekend of blotter acid, so it hasn't happened
Well,
for a long time.
Then your whole head hurts.
I had a beanie all ready because my hair hurt, and then I can't find it, and my hair hurts.
Hey, so Lincoln Infield is in
Hey,
the house.
Lincoln.
Good to see you here. Iron and Chrome Collective. Good to see them. Subculture Garage Works. Really good to see you here, man. So much to get through tonight, but one of the victories that we got to talk about first and foremost is we are back from Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
Daytona was an absolute hoot. We're all here. Look, we have all of our digits and
Appendages.
fingers, and that we lived through Daytona.
Can I just say one thing real quick?
Please.
F
please do.
February.
Whose idea was it to
dude.
put Daytona in February at all? Like
The entire month of February, just F it all. I'm so glad it's behind us and in the rearview mirror because
so for
whatever.
For those of you that don't know what we're talking about is the last 30 days have been insane. We were tasked with the proposition of building a chopper in 30 days and rolled into Daytona, and there it is, complete. We actually did it. We pulled off the Great American Tea Machine. And, man, it was received really, really well in Daytona. And we're going to have some commercials and stuff coming up for you guys so you know how to go and win this thing. But this is the same thing. 10 years Twisted Tea has been doing the bike giveaway deal where you just go to their site. Doesn't cost you anything. Sign up and win the bike. And,
TwistedTeabike.com.
Is that what it is?
It is.
Wow.
They finally,
Shut up.
after 10
Shut
years, they've
up.
finally simplified it.
Finally got it straight.
Listen, I don't even believe you. I'm going right now.
I just posted the link, twistedteabike.com.
I'm going right now. So
Like, normally it's like, keep it twisted, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
it's a pain in the ass to figure out.
So as you guys saw there, Mala from Cop Terry was nice enough to shoot the bike for us while we were down there. So if you happen to live in Finland and watch Shop
By
Talk,
chance.
look for that coming out in your next Cop Terry.
Give you something to look forward to.
But yeah, look at this. So twistedtea.com.
Yep.
Twisted Tea actually has a live link up
Yep.
to sign up to win the chopper. So
TwistedTeabike.com.
you can, twistedteabike.com. You can go check that out. Heather put the link up. Great show tonight. I guess I've went on long enough about what I've been doing, but while we were gone, Mark was left here in the winter weather. You poor son of a bitch.
Turned my phone off. Didn't answer phone calls. I did exactly what I normally do.
So it didn't affect you at all.
No, not
is
one
what
bit.
you're saying.
No, I liked February. People left me to fuck alone.
Yeah, and usually that's the thing, man. Like February still, represents garage time, and we get to kick back a little bit. But
Yeah, that was a lot of garage time, though.
yeah, I'm good
A lot
with
of
it.
travel in there,
I'm
too.
good with it. I have a renewed vigor for Daytona. I went to Daytona with a sour ass this year, and I gotta be honest with you. Like, I didn't want to go, and the closer it got, I was just like, man, I don't want to be there. I don't want to drive down. Screw Daytona. And when I got there, the energy from Tosa's. If Dan Tos is listening tonight, I got to tell you, dude, your place saved my Daytona bike week. And, I'll never doubt the power of that again, because when you pulled into Dan Tosa's every day, somebody was cooking something on the grill. There were young guys coming in and out with their stunt bikes, and, old guys teaching young guys stuff on their motorcycles. I got to see, not that this is an old guy teaching a young guy, but I got to see Warren Lane teaching Johnny 99 something on his bike, helping him get his panhead dialed in. And that was just around the clock. And like, this was, when you see, if you're a young guy out there listening to us and you you see us talking about what Daytona used to be like, why we used to go to Daytona and Sturgis. That's what I'm talking about. It wasn't this hokey horse shit with turkey legs and, all the bedazzled pants and shit like that. It was about people that lived this stuff like a community.
It was awesome. I love just hanging out at Tosa's, and I think part of that though too was we were just so happy to actually finally get to Daytona. So the ride is 13 and a half hours if you don't stop.
Yeah.
We spent 6.5 hours waiting for a AAA tow truck.
Which, I mean, it was
and we were doing so good on time. Like,
Mark,
the trip was going too well, and that's why that happened. I
was trying to tell
it.
her, hey, this is a little adventure. I was pretty sure she was plotting my death. Like, I think if she had a solid solution for how to hide my body in Georgia.
But then when the truck finally is is just a few minutes out, he starts to get angry. I'm like, see, there, you got it now. I put it down. You picked it up.
I wasn't there, but I heard every bit of it. Dan, if you're listening, I'm tired of hearing your fucking name because that's all I heard about was you. Apparently, you're the new man. I love that. Yeah, I heard it all. Unfortunately, I wasn't there. I missed all the fun, but I did hear about the sitting on the side of the road a lot.
We got, and so I mean the rest of that story. You guys will see all this stuff come out in our Daytona coverage. But the rest of that story was everybody at Tosa's helped us. We ended up putting serpentine belt, fan clutch, fan belt, like all kind of shit on the truck, and whatever.
It was an adventure.
It was all right.
Hey, I was on a first name basis with the guys at O'Reilly's,
which is a little creepy. I got to tell you because.
Customers were asking me if I needed help putting the parts on. It was great.
All right, James Kaysen, Muncie. Is that Muncie, Indiana? What's up, man? So Gordon Olaf in the house. Congratulations on everything that's going on with him. So listen, if this is your first time watching Shop Talk, thanks for tuning in. We do this every Sunday at 9 p.m. Glad to have you along with us. What is Shop Talk? If you don't know about this program, it's 90 to 120 minutes, all the two-wheel bullshit we can fit. We do some entertainment. We have some tech. We have feature bikes. We start the whole thing off with a little feature that we like to call what?
The news.
First up in the news, and I almost want to change this headline to thank God they finally started to figure out the right motor and the right design. Harley unveils a new cafe racer concept inspired by the original 70s model. Now, they rolled this thing out as a concept. Now, we got to say that right off the bat because a lot of people, like me, I'm super stoked about this bike, but remember it's a concept right now, so show your appreciation for what they're working on here, and it might actually come to fruition. But saying that this is inspired by the old cafe racer, I mean, you can definitely see that, but what it really represents for me is the fact that Harley Davidson finally understands that taking a motor like this and shoving it into a Sportster platform and calling it Sportster is not as good as making a platform that actually showcases this motor and puts it in something that should actually be a motorcycle all of its own. So congratulations to them because it's a killer motorcycle. Yeah. It absolutely is. I would have this bike in a minute flat. I hope it's stupid fast. Not to coin a term from one of our guests tonight, but I hope it's ridiculous. And I hope the suspension, it's fun on the track.
Move forward on it. And I mean, it's got the same motor as the Pan Am, which everybody raves about, and it just looks light and it looks fast just sitting there.
Throwy, Looks like you could play with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So. Good job for them. We'll be keeping you up to date. Here's the one of the big things that I was alluding to in the pre-show. 18-year-old young lady breaks the barrier in the Daytona 200 this year. Kayla Yakov becomes the first woman to stand on the podium at the Daytona 200. This is really, really something, man, because this is the Great American Motorcycle Race, right? That's what they call it, and first one, third place. She's on the podium. Absolutely, a huge congratulations needs to go out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And she's already placed, at 18 years old, she's already placed at Moto America.
Yeah.
Like, she's poised to be an absolute powerhouse, so good for her.
When they say that, she's rewriting the record books with what she's done, proof that the next generation of racers is coming in fast and changing the landscape. And, I mean, that's something that's evident across the board, right? Like, if you watch some of these guys, whether it's the BRL, the King of the Baggers, the stuff that's going on at the Daytona races, like racing is getting faster and faster. The racers are fearless now.
Yep.
So
awesome. Good for her. Keep it going. She's obviously got a great support system, so good for her.
Yeah.
This is a little bit of sad news, but
maybe
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Dealer news: changing of the guard as Boswell's Harley Davidson transfers operations to Moonshine Horsepower Group. Thanks for 75 years. I don't. Like I said, I don't know how to feel about this. The traditions that come along with the old time Harley dealerships. When you think about the dealerships that had dirt floors, that the bottom button on the soda pop machine was for beer, and didn't have a label on it. I feel like the more of the old stores, the family owned, multi generation. I feel like we lose a lot more than just the name that's on the front of the building.
Well, I reached out to Bubba when I saw this. And he said it's been in the works for a while, but he's still going to be at one of the smaller stores about 80 miles from Nashville. He truly thinks that small is where it's at. Like, that's where, and I have to agree with him. I think that's where you're going to find the community, and people will go out of their way to go to those smaller shops when it is what they've always searched for. So I think it's going to be a positive thing for Bubba, and,
As long as he keeps his input in there. Again, we just had him on not long ago, and man, if you didn't see that show, watch it. That dude is so easy to talk to.
He's
awesome. Such a great show that was.
Yeah, and I mean, it says here too that the Moonshine Horsepower Group already runs multiple Harley Davidson dealerships, so this move isn't just a sale. So, we'll see as that comes to play out. But love Bubba. Just like Mark said.
Great guy.
Good
Bubba.
guy.
Hey, Doug's in the house. Doug the Polisher. Doug Baumgartner here with us. Jeff McKinney. If you guys are watching out there, feel free to give a little shout out and post where you're watching from. We get a kick out of it. We have some incredible guests with us tonight. We're going to take a break real quick right now and look at a cool feature bike. When we come back on the other side, waiting in the wings are Pipes and Brock Davidson from Brock's Performance, and we're going to go to them about some new parts, a new motorcycle that's being built, and it's going to be unveiled at the Donnie Smith Show. So don't you go anywhere. You're watching Shop Talk here on the Dennis Kirk Studio Network.
Out of Focus is brought to you by Garage Build. Submit your build, share your passion. Powered by Dennis Kirk.
My name is Ed Spurlock. I work with Mid-USA Motorcycle Supply. Well, this bike was built from our Mid-USA Resto Mod frame, and it was a prototype original, and we wanted to test fit parts on it and make sure everything fit, and one thing led to another, and I bolted this on and bolted that on, and then kind of went a little bit overboard on it, but it is what it is. It's got Speed and Science heads, Speed and Science cylinders, S&S pistons. The motor I had put together from parts that I picked out myself. It's got True and Osborne flywheels, S&S Supreme rods, Jim's sprocket shaft and pinion shaft. It's got a powerhouse 4-speed transmission in it that we carried at one time. We don't have the 4 speeds anymore, but it's a 4-speed transmission with Andrews gears, speed dealer hydraulic end cover with BDL primary 2-inch drive that Gennaro from BDL did for us in a Scotch-Brite instead of their normal polished one. The rear wheel is a Henry Hobby, which was made in the 70s that is no longer made anymore, but I found a couple of them and ordered them and stuck it on this. The front wheel is from Twin Cycle in Italy, 36 spoke that I had him do for me for this front end. It's one of our Springers that I put a lead sled front leg on. Excuse me. And Ricky Bongo rockers that Randall from Cycle Showcase got for me and gave me as a gift. So thank you, Randall. The gas tank was from company named Skull Tits in North Carolina that he had done for a fellow that I know, and he sold it to me. And fortunately, because it really made the bike, it made the difference in the bike. And the rear fender was a lead sled that we got from Battle. We carry lead sled in our catalog. And everything else was I made the handlebars. The top tree is a Crow Customs, which is a cast, and we welded the stainless handlebars right into it. It's got J-brake, dual calipers in the back because I don't like to not have the front brake basically to hold it if I'm on a hill and still put my feet down. So the front brake actually handles one, and then the rear brake handles the other one. And really, I never had any intentions on bringing it to any show or anything, but Randall caught wind of it, and Randall's a good friend, and we love the show. We love being here. We love the whole atmosphere, and he wanted me to bring it down, and I brought it down. I kind of stay away from all that stuff, but I'll be honest with you, the accolades from all the other builders here coming over saying that's awesome was like everything in the world will do. You could have handed me a trophy and I'm going, thank you, doesn't mean anything. But when these guys who build nice stuff come over and say that's nice, I'm like, man, now the hair on my back raised up. Thank you very, very much. That's everything to me. I've got other bikes and there's stupid wide tire bikes, all that kind of stuff, because I like to dabble and everything. This bike was more of like what I remember when I was a kid. Guys had bobbers and small tires, and they bent the fender mounts themselves on the bench in the garage with a torch, and that's what I remember. I've been at Mid-USA for 25 years. John, the owner, he's been in the industry since '71. We came from the bike industry. We did it when you didn't make any money, and for Randall to start doing this show and to bring all these guys together, we want the show to keep going and keep happening. The real reason that I bought the bike down was that's the frame it was built from. We bought the frame before, but people look at that and they see a naked frame and they can't see what it's going to be, Like, what'll that bike look like? Well, this is an option. It can look like this, This is Ed Spurlock from Mid-USA Motorcycle Parts from Cottage Hills, Illinois, and you're watching Shop Talk.
There's a place in Tennessee where the road leads to something real. This May, riders from all over the country roll into the legendary Loretta Lynn's Ranch for the Tennessee Motorcycle and Music Revival. 4 days of motorcycles, music, and the kind of freedom you can only find on two wheels. Nestled in the hollow of Hurricane Mills, you'll find racing, wild hill climbs up the Tennessee dirt, and when the sun gets hot, the legendary swimming hole will be waiting. And don't forget, Bling's BC Moto Invitational, with invited builders from all over the country, showcasing some of the finest custom motorcycles in the game. There's choppers, vintage iron, live music every night, camping under the Tennessee stars and miles of back roads begging for a quick ride. If you ride, build, or just love motorcycle culture, this is where you need to be. The Tennessee Motorcycle and Music Revival, May 14th through the 17th, 2026 at Loretta Lynn's Ranch, Hurricane Mills, Tennessee.
Oh, nice. Paul Yaffe product, huh?
Yeah, man, so excited.
Got a new build?
I do. It's. Aren't you Paul Yaffe?
No, I've never met the guy. But I do know you can get all of his products at DennisKirk.com.
There you go.
Is this me? Awesome. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Have a good one.
Listen to Not Paul Yaffe. Get all your Bagger Nation products right now at DennisKirk.com.
Hey, it's Billy from Twisted Tea. We're live in Sturgis and you're watching Shop Talk.
right, hey, welcome back to the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. Every time I see that commercial for Milwaukee Leathers, there's one guy that's a close-up of him riding, and as he's riding, he's doing so good not looking at the camera. The last second he looks at the camera. I'm like, you almost had it, buddy. I was right there for you.
It's like the movie scenes when they're supposed to be dead.
Yep.
Oh, shit. Hey, so much to unpack there, right? Like the TMMR.
It's coming fast.
Oh, it's coming fast. I can't wait.
It's gonna be good this year. So we're gonna be there. We're gonna be on hand.
Oh, okay. Yay.
I'm gonna do the best I can.
Are we gonna van camp?
We are gonna van camp.
Are we gonna be prepared to van camp?
Yeah. So tell the difference about being prepared to van camp, Heather.
I have zero issue van camping. I actually really enjoy it. When we took the studio out of the van, I was like, oh, we should set this up for van camping. Just never had the chance.
Yeah.
However, when you get to Daytona after a bazillion hours of sitting there and waiting for... What is squeaking?
That's me. I'm sorry.
Stop it.
Listen, I've had too much coffee today.
Somebody duct tape his
I've
leg
had
to the
too
floor.
much coffee. Do you want to finish your story? Or you
by
wanna
the
screw
time
up?
we get to Daytona, it's like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and the place we stay is like 35 minutes away. And I didn't want to bother them in the middle of the night. And I was pissed, but I was pissed. I was very angry. Chris is like, we'll just sleep in the van. We have a packing blanket.
Like we've done 1,000 times.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
When we have an air mattress and all the provisions we could possibly need, we have a packing blanket.
So what would you call glamp van camping then? That you call that glamp van camping?
Van glamping?
Van glamping.
Vamping?
Glamping.
I don't
Yeah, that would be
vamping.
Hey, at least you were in the van instead of under it like we used to do. I mean, let's just say that.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the part that she's not telling you. Like when she says that she was angry,
I was pissed.
She was a salty bitch.
I was.
Because here's the deal. The place we stay in Daytona, it's two friends of ours, and they have a beautiful house.
And they're amazing people. Like what we ever did to deserve them, I have no idea.
But the best part of it, the dude's driveway is a mile back. So it's away from everything, and it's literally just an oasis paradise. If the house was a shack, it would still be a paradise because you just get to get away from everything at the end of the night, and everybody's always hanging out at the driveway, at the front of the garage, and it's great. It's a great getaway for us. So Heather's all fired up that she's coming into this, and that's where we're going to stay, and the van breaks down. And we're there super late, and I'm just like, look, screw it. We're staying in the van because I want to get up in the morning and fix the van. And she was pissed.
More because I really just wanted to take a shower.
You could have Ubered.
But it was, again, I didn't want to show up at their house at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
So anyway, man, listen, let's get on with the show. Anybody that's been in the performance game for any time at all will recognize the name of both of our guests tonight, both Brock Davidson and Mr. Pipes Gilliland. I don't know how to say that right fast. Gilliland. Pipes is what everybody knows him by. It's what you'll know him by here in 2 seconds if you've never heard him before, because he has a giant set of pipes on him. But there's a brand new motorcycle that's a sign of a collaboration, some new parts, and we're going to go right now, get them on the line here and check them out with you.
Build a platform to showcase those parts in a different fashion than what you would probably normally see. So everybody knows I don't build the average motorcycle. So
that I can attest to that. I've ridden one of your recent bikes, and
I'll let Brock go through the parts, and then I'll go through why I decided to build what I built and how it's being built, that kind of thing.
So hopefully, Brock, you're not too angry at me for using your stupid fast, because I've worked on the show promo this week and videos and looking at pictures of you, and it must have just been stuck in my head. And a couple minutes ago when I said something about the new Harley and say, I hope that it's stupid fast, I was like, you stupid bastard. You just stole this guy's tagline right before he's coming on.
They can't hear them.
No, that just means it's working, Chris.
Right?
Well, I actually picked that up from a friend of mine years and years ago, and I called and asked him because he said it all the time. You know, we're in my other life, we were into some really, really fast motorcycles, still are. I concentrate more on products now than building bikes themselves, but some of these bikes are the definition of stupid fast. And just to give you an example, street tire motorcycle with no wheelie bars that run in the threes at 190 miles an hour in the 8th mile, and drop into the fives at
buddy,
the better part of 250 miles an hour. So what we're doing in the V twin world isn't quite so rowdy, but the whole idea is just make it faster, no matter what. Doesn't matter what it is. If you look at some of the pictures there, my career started on street bikes. I went to race bikes and just decided they weren't a whole hell of a lot of fun. I mean, sit over in the corner, you know, wasting money. Tires would go flat. Every 3 weeks, I throw a pile of money at it, go race until I break it again and repeat the circle. So I sort of went into street bikes because at least I could use them when I wasn't racing them. The picture you've got there represents everything I owned when I graduated high school.
Well, that's I just want to.
That had been rolled.
I just want to say stop the presses right now, because you know all the accomplishments that you've made in the performance world and everything else. You have a poop brown MF and Chevette in the background of this picture
with fog lights.
You're my hero, bro.
That's right.
Those fog lights put you up 10 levels of cool
That's
right now.
Hey, they were the best Kmart had at the time.
That's right.
I thought they looked really cool for some reason.
Dude, that was the party car in our day.
Oh, hell yeah.
We had a Chevette 4-door, and we had big KC fog lights on driving lights on the front bumper. Dude,
absolutely.
We tortured everybody with that car. That thing was a beast.
I drove the wheels off of that thing. Like I said, only rolled it once. So, you know, nothing to hammer. And a new windshield and a whole lot of silicone can't fix.
And isn't it funny? It's a V-twin show.
Sort of started there and has grown into something pretty big these days.
Isn't it funny? It's a V-twin show, and we're all excited about a Chevette.
Right? Because we all have a Chevette story.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's why when one guy at the party shows you a scar, and that's it, everybody's going to pull out their scar.
Yeah, right.
Everybody has a Chevette story.
I had a Chevy Chevette.
There you go.
Diesel.
Yeah, Heather had the
deep.
king of all. She had a diesel Chevette.
Yep.
If I would ever found a diesel Chevette, I'd still own it today.
Yep.
It was red.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. We do this from time to time.
We digress.
So anyway, Pipes and I were talking. I'm a hamster. Pipes is a hamster. We get together at the events every once in a while. Have a lot of fun at Donnie Smith. Have a tendency to drink too much, but that's okay. It's still a lot of fun. And we started thinking, and I showed him some of the parts that we were bringing in from a gentleman, Matteo from Italy, and he liked the parts. And I said, Pipes, I know you're a custom builder and you make everything by hand. But I said, but do you think you can use some of these parts, to showcase and actually put a bike together and hopefully they won't drive you crazy, because custom builders like stuff exactly the way they like them. And Pipe said, I like what I see with this guy's stuff. I think it looks real good. Let me see what we can do. And what he's done has just it's really, when you see the final product and how it blends all together with Pipes' craftsmanship and the quality of the products that we put on. Of course, we have BST carbon fiber wheels on there. Pipes is familiar with those. He likes those, but The Viddies is really the stuff that sort of, how do you make this stuff pop? I mean, there's a whole lot of places that build billet parts, but Viddies has they're pretty unique, and they're very good at understanding this is jewelry. This is real.
Right.
It's got to be nice stuff. And if somebody like Pipes is going to put it on their bike, it better be the best.
Right on. And that's the thing too, man. Like I've been a fan of Pipes for quite a long time because he's one of the guys that puts together the show with the go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's always done that. But in today's changing climate with all this stuff, like it was one thing back in the day when, the first billet craze started coming through and everybody just grabbed big hunks of shiny billet, and that's all that really mattered. But like you said, Brock, it really comes down now that a lot of these guys are approaching this like jewelry. There's so much attention paid to detail in all of these parts anymore, and the different colorways, and obviously you see that in the designs here, but when it comes to how a guy like Pipes can put that all together, there's no question where the advantage lies.
Oh, for sure.
You still with us, ain't you?
We're gonna do a drinking game. Every time somebody says Pipes, we're gonna do a shot. Dude.
So, tell me about the bike Pipes.
Okay, so once I saw the parts, Viddies out of Italy, they're like Brock said. Brock will become the North American distributor, hopefully, for Viddies. But I saw the parts, and I said, well, I'd like to get one of these in my hand to look at it. And Brock's not kidding. Even his packaging that he sends his parts in is better than if you bought a Rolex. I mean, that's kind of what it puts your mind up. So we get the parts in, and the anodizing on these parts is absolutely phenomenal. I haven't seen anodizing in the United States like that for a decade, two decades maybe. At any rate, so now we've got some lightweight billet parts that are like jewelry. So I got to decide how you make all that blend. And of course, everybody knows I've been very voiceful about baggers. I'm not a bagger fan. I'm a little guy. I can't make them light enough for me to like them. So I chose a Softail ST platform. So I bought a brand new Softail ST off the floor, and actually the bike's got dyno miles on it. I rode it around the parking lot. A stock motor, I can't get it across the lot really because I can't stand them. But at any rate, so if you're going to make a race type bike out of an ST, from my point of view anyway, so you go to that's the swing arm there.
Yeah.
Their swing arms are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, they truly are. They're all one-piece billet, piece of jewelry. His axle adjusters, axles, a lot of craftsmanship went into those swing arms. When you get one of them in your hands to actually look at it.
Wow.
At any rate, so then I got with Brock and I said, okay, Brock, I want to do some bronzes, so I need a set of bronze BST Tortec wheels. So Brock, at what he is, he gets me a set of BST bronze carbon fiber wheels, and they are absolutely gorgeous. I got with Gallifers, got brakes. Brock got the radial brakes from Brembo's, got Brembo brakes all the way around, radial brakes. Then we went with an complete Öhlins race suspension, front and rear. I dropped the bike about an inch and 3/4. I don't want it so tall in the air that it looks like a, whatever going down the road. But so I dropped the bike an inch and 3/4 to give it a nice stance. Brock had, he obviously put ceramic bearings and such in the wheels so the rotating mass is a big deal in these bikes as well. We use Krause's trees, Coghlan risers. I like his risers probably over anything I've seen. So I'm trying to build a platform of an ST that predominantly you could not cut the chassis and build a motorcycle that looks like a piece of jewelry, that somebody could buy these parts done the correct way, and you could put a bike together that looks stunning going down the road. Most of my bikes, of course, I cut the chassis and the frames, and so this one I didn't, but I wrapped the entire chassis. And then, of course, to be of my style, of course, then I called my good friend Derek at DCV Twin. I said, okay, man, we need to build a 200 horsepower plus motor. And so we built a 143, it's 143 cubic inch. We put on the valve train. Usually, a lot of the guys are going +2. We went +3 and +4 on the valves. They're huge. We had custom pistons made. Derek had custom pistons made by CP, and then hand cut them. H-beam rods, fully balanced and blueprinted bottom end, Dark Horse, Man of War crank, S&S oiling system. Derek designed a 586 camshaft, a custom camshaft for it. I mean, the entire engine, really, we use the cases or parts of the cases, I'll say. Nothing else, really.
So,
titanium valves. Anyway, when we were all said and done, and then I told Derek, I said, I want to put an underdrive in the transmission. When I rode the bike, I thought first and second was really, really tall. For me personally, the bike had a real tall gear. So I got with Burt Baker, and we did a 20% underdrive in the primary.
No kidding.
So the bike launches hard. Now, one thing I want to say that I want to make everybody understand, and Brock can back this up because he's dynoed thousands of motorcycles. When you underdrive them and you don't have a 1-to-1 drive on the dyno, it gives you sort of a false reading because you really need 1-to-1. And Brock can go into a little more detail on that if he wants.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like, when you dyno, let's say a sport bike, you try to find the final gear ratio as close to 1-to-1 as you can because that's what the dyno's calibrated for. So imagine if that 1-to-1 is in 5th gear. Well, all of a sudden you decide you want to try it in 3rd gear. It makes a power difference. So I don't want to go into explaining the math, math behind it. But when your bike only shows 190 horsepower or whatever it might be, it's well over 200 in the real world, and what your rear end feels is the real power also, plus the added acceleration because the gearing's not so tall down low.
That's that's something we've been talking about for a lot of years, Brock, is with all the technology that's out there today. Like, I'm surprised. I keep waiting for a real onboard, like real world dynamometer kind of setup, where you take the bike out for a ride, come back and all the information is right there. And it's all real world, like whatever the bike it is, whatever it has, like it happens in the real world and you get to read that real time.
On road.
Well, we sort of have that, but you have to go up to a standalone ECU, so like a max ECU or something like that, to where you've got all the data, and then you know the weight of the bike, you know how fast it's accelerating, and it'll come very close. Silly stuff like the online horsepower calculators. If you know the weight of the bike, the frontal area, and how fast it went through the quarter mile, you'd be amazed at how close you can get to the actual horsepower numbers when you put it on the dyno.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was going to say this as Pipe was talking about the design and the stuff of the viddies. When we first got to last year to the Donnie Smith Show is when I first started seeing the viddy stuff at your booth, Brock. And you could tell right out of the gate. I mean, you were just so happy to show me all this stuff and talk about how they don't miss a beat. They pay attention to every single part of these things, and they treat them all like it's a complete work of art. It's a very Italian way, and we talked about that too. But to see the extension of this now and see the different colors and the way that's going, one of the big conversations we've had over these last couple of years is how a custom bike has changed today, what a custom bike is today. And like Pipe said, on this particular bike, he didn't cut the frame. Well, back in the day, when we were all young men sitting here, that would have been a complete stock bike. You don't actually have a stock bike. You didn't cut the frame. Yeah. And I think that manufacturers like Viddies have changed that. They've changed the whole game with what's available now.
Well, I sort of liken it to the, if you look at the sport bike craze, the platform that we have is fantastic. It's easy to leave a sport bike basically stock and bolt on components that will make the bike go incredibly fast. I mean, it's not unheard of to take a stock motorcycle and bolt on components. You know, if we did it with a BMW S1000RR, bolt on components with a bone stock engine, the bike ran low 8s in the quarter mile on VP pump gas. Yeah. It's unbelievable. We have that in the sport bike world. The Harley platform is a little bit different, but Pipes and what he's doing with this bike, I think, can prove that you can have a bike that, if you do it correctly and set it in the parking lot or at the show, even against some true custom built bikes, you know, today's enthusiast is gonna look at them both and go, wow, you know, maybe two different ways to get there. Yeah. But I like the way that I can make it mine, but not have to learn all the fabrication and learn all the things that you need to do. Mm-hmm. You know, I've Pipes, Tracy sent me pictures of Pipes pounding on sheet metal and welding at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, to get this bike done. And, you know, a lot of guys these days, they want nice bikes, but they don't really want to really work that hard. And that's where we come in at Brock's Performance. And that's where guys like Viddy, who have a great eye for detail and have an excellent understanding of the quality that a product needs to be in order for it to be considered, you know, top of the line. It's really just it's a cool way to do things these days, and we like it because that's what we've been doing at Brock's Performance for the sport bikes for many years.
All right, on.
And
yes, sir.
And Chris, I want to say that I think, you know, as builders and suppliers, we have to go with the market of what the public wants and needs, right?
Absolutely.
So at the show, I won't show any pictures of the actual build as of now. I want everybody to come to the show to see the bike. But all the custom fabricated parts on that bike, the sheet metal, we're in talks of making those parts that people can purchase probably through Brock's. Brock could have it made out of carbon fiber where they would bolt onto your Softail ST, and you would have this look out of this bike. Because the parts, we spent a lot of time, a good friend of mine, Justin Weigel, he was broke his neck here last year, but me and him got together, we got our heads together, started fabricating parts at way hours of the night, and like the front spoilers, there's nothing I have seen personally that's out there on the market that I think they look like a huge piece of something somebody just stuck on there and don't really fit the motorcycle. I'm really picky about body lines and how the stuff fits. And, you know, we leave an 1/8-inch gap around the master cylinders, around the front, around the, we spend a lot of time making these parts fit. And if you spend that kind of time making them fit, you can actually make a pattern of them. They could be purchased, like, for example, on the new Softails, all of the Softails, whether it's an ST or a normal Softail, what we used to call the oil tank is now just two covers that covers a massive amount of wiring. And when you walk on the show floor, there's about a 3-inch gap between those panels. Yeah. And Harley done a really, really poor job of the wiring. It's this huge harness that's just laying on the frame. It's ugly, just to say the least. So we fabricated both panels that go together. And when you get on your knees at the show, there's barely even I made them go together where they basically snap together in the center. And then they go completely around the primary. There's a piece of plastic right above the oil filler. That's just a piece of plastic that Harley stuck there, and it really doesn't even snap into anything. It's just kind of laying there on the motorcycle. It looks like an afterthought.
You've given me a little sneak peek picture. Am I allowed to share that? Are we good with that?
Yeah, you can show that part.
Because this, I mean, you don't see a whole lot here yet, but it's definitely showing you the direction that this is going, and this bike is going to be sick.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You know, here's one thing I want to throw in there too. Like you were putting the pictures up of the parts. Pipes had said something earlier about you get these parts, they're wrapped like a Rolex. if you take a look at these parts, they're going to be pricey, but they look perfect.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
you want perfection, you're going to pay for that. So, you know, in the long run, if you want something that's going to be 100%, it's going to cost you 100%,
Yeah.
and that's all that there is to it. And like Pipe said, these are all things that instead of you having to go have somebody build you and do all this, you can actually buy the stuff and do it yourself. But Christ, look at that. I mean, that is a piece of art right there. Not cutting anybody else's swing arms, whatever, people building. You know, please don't take that the wrong way. But you're talking about something here that they took their time, and that you can see it in the finished product.
Hey, listen, I'm getting left out of the loop because it's actually a swing arm on a motorcycle. I'm just saying.
I did notice that bike that you showed a picture of had a lot of wires. We've never seen that many wires on a motorcycle in
wires,
years.
I'm going to tell you the truth. Wires scare
horrible.
me.
Yeah.
Wires scare me.
Yes, they do.
It's absolutely horrible, guys. I mean, they're you know, they leave a lot less to be desired. Now, I will say the M8 motors, and you know, I'm sure Daryl and Derek would agree that the M8 platform, though, as far as horsepower, does it take a lot of money to get 200 horsepower?
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm a naturally aspirated guy. You can put a turbo on, a Pro Charger. You can do all kinds of things. But then I got with Vince at Burns that the pipe that's going on this bike is 2 3/16 out of the head. It's massive. And the pipe works on this motor extremely well. I showed Brock, me and Brock went over the dyno chart yesterday. I'll probably have it on display at the show so people can see it. But the bike's building, you know, 150 horsepower at less than 3,000.
Yeah.
When you hit the throttle, this thing hits, boys. This thing ain't a joke, you know. And then, of course, like all of my bikes, we call market R&B transmission. It's got a full race back cut and coated gears, back cut gears, full race transmission in the bike, so you can either use the clutch or not. Doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
So that the whole entire bike is smooth. Your flywheels are balanced to zero. The bike sits there. I mean, at idle, it obviously thumps on the ground, but riding it, the motor is smooth as silk. But it builds power immediately. It's really impressive to ride.
I would expect nothing less from you.
Yeah, but you know, to put all these parts together, we also, Chris, wanted to all these parts, or 90% of them, I'll say 90% of the parts, you can buy through Brock's Performance. You can buy the Olin suspension. You can buy steering dampeners. You can buy obviously the carbon fiber wheels, all the Viddy's parts. So that was the purpose of it. We could show people that, and again, the panels that people will see on the bike that we've built, we're in discussions right now about building those. Everybody loves the look of the bike. And then on the paint side of this thing, guys, I got Gilby Street Department up in Wisconsin, and I gotta tell you, you talk about a guy working his hind end off. I mean, there's a lot of work in a short amount of time. It's got to be done. He's actually working on it tonight. He's still working on it. And if you all could imagine the Racing Bagger League bike with the numbers and all the sponsors' names and so forth, that's kind of the image. That's what the bike will be in a Softail ST platform.
Well, it's
so
going to be something.
It's a really, really special project.
Hey, I got a quick question here in from Subculture Garage Works. They say, will the heat from the motor affect the color of the anodized parts at all? And that's a question I had, because there's a lot of different finish things that you can go with now based on, you know, where it's going to end up, how it's going to be used, whether it's going to be full sunlight, all of that. So how will that stuff stand up to the motor?
Well, all the rocker boxes, primary, inner primary, all the heat parts are Certicoated.
That's what I was going to say.
That's all Certicoated. So after the rocker boxes, cam cover, all the engine parts are Certicoated, and so is the pipe. Yeah. So all the anodized parts, which is, you know, your airplaners and shift housing covers, swing arm, things like that, or won't be in the heat.
Yeah.
So I Certicoat all the parts, and we match them up. I wanted the engine to be a little bit lighter color than the bike, a duller. I like when my sheet metal's done, I want the motor to stand out by itself. I think the engines of a Harley should be a picture of its own.
Oh, man. This one for sure.
Well,
for sure,
if
buddy.
I could jump in here for a second, guys, and as far as the anodizing goes, that's one thing, you know, the guys at Viddy's understand. If you put your anodized part on the bike and by the end of the summer it's all faded and doesn't look like it did when you put it on, they failed. The people who truly understand anodizing, know how to do the anodizing so that you don't have to worry about it fading. And then BST, they use a special clear coat on their wheels. We've actually done bearing repairs from wheels that were fabricated in 2001. We've done a couple within the last couple years. There is zero signs of any kind of fading. The clear coat still looks like brand new. The stuff that they use is supposed to be good for 50 years. We'll find out 50 years from 2001. But right now, we're halfway there, and it still looks brand new. So they definitely have their finger on that pulse also.
Right on. So listen, I'm glad that you cut back in, because I've been dying to ask you what's in the box. What's in the box?
So, Pipes reminded me. Pipes really enjoys details and attention to detail. And when Mark was talking about, when you look at parts of this quality and this level of quality, yes, they're going to cost a little bit more, but you don't have to do any work to them. You put them on, you're done, they're perfect. And this box, so I'm holding it by the lid, right? They even work in tight tolerances on their box.
Wow. That's fantastic.
But then when you finally get it open, I mean, you can see, this if you're going to get a premium part, you really want to make sure
packaging
that it
matters.
is super nice. And when you look at these, tooling marks are left in if they want them to be, and they're all very uniform, so they create a pattern. Yeah. The areas where they're not supposed to be there, they're not there. I mean, it's really, really, it's the kind of stuff that if you made this part yourself, you would spend hours and hours and hours trying to get something this nice. And the good news is we have them in stock. So.
And look, Brock, that thing went right back in the box.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I never get chopper parts back in a box.
Not only that, that's the kind of box that you keep too, because you can store shit in.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. And there, one thing I want to do too, I didn't open any of these intentionally because one of the things that drives me absolutely crazy in our world is, sorry. Yeah, I thought I turned them all off. My apologies.
That's all right. Take the call. What the hell?
It's okay. This gives me the opportunity.
This could be interesting.
Put them on. Let's talk to them.
I need to ask if Doug the Polisher is still on. Because if
anyway, I intentionally didn't open these so that I can show you. One of the things that I just can't stand is mismatched color matching. There's no place for it in custom bikes and Pipes. I think give me your opinion out of the Viddies. Some of the Viddies parts were purchased directly from Viddies. Some of the Viddies parts were purchased from Brock's Performance. Just depended on time, what we had in stock, what we didn't. And Pipes, your opinion on the color matching of the anodizing of the different aluminum parts, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I mean, when y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got parts at different times. Viddies, as he was machining parts that I wanted, like bag latches, some other things, gas cap, came, within over a 6-month period of time. His anodizing is exactly matched. If he does one batch and his anodizer does another, they are an exact match. They don't. A lot of times you do that, you've got different color fades, but his process in Italy is absolute spot on.
I think we need to go there and see his production.
I think we should.
I think we ought to better get a group together and go check this place out.
I think that, Mark, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, road trip.
Absolute road, yes.
I'm 100% down with it.
There's another guy, guys, before I forget, because every now and again in business you meet certain people that just really stand out. There's some that's really bad, there's some that's really good. San Diego Customs out in California, and the gentleman's name's Drew that runs that facility. So when I went to get the bolts You guys know how I am on bolts. I'm a really stickler on bolts on my motorcycles. So I get a complete, and when I say complete bolt kit for a motorcycle, I'm talking every single nut, bolt, and screw. That's a 12-point ARP. Now, in his case, if you want polished stainless, if you want gold, if you want black chrome, or whatever color you want, or whatever bolt you want, he sells them in a complete package for an entire motorcycle.
Nice.
So I get these bolts, and I look at them, and I'm like, wow, man, these things are stupid nice. This bike here has all black chrome 12-point ARPs, the entire bike. So I was missing a couple bolts, okay, that I'm looking up under the tank, and I mean, even though you couldn't have never seen them. So I go back on his site. I didn't bother calling him. I just went back on their site and ordered these bolts. And about 8 hours later, Drew calls me on the phone. He's like, hey, Pipes, I seen you made an order, man. Did I miss something? I said, dude, it ain't no big deal. Don't worry about it. He said, no, I am worried about it. He said, we back our stuff 100%, man, for something missing. He said, I'll get it. I'll make it. I'll overnight it to you. And I said, dude, I'm going to tell you what. I don't hear that very often out of any business. But I can tell you guys, that's a man that's on top of his game.
Yeah.
He just stood out to me. You know what I mean? When they reach out to you and say, hey, man, hold on a minute, and the quality of those bolts, and when he packages them, like it'll say front fender, rocker box, front rocker box, rear rocker box. I mean, they're well marked. So even if you don't have part numbers for bolts, you pull his box out, there's the front fairing bolt. There's your windshield bolts. There's your, very, very good job. My hat's off to those guys out there.
So Pipes is definitely a stickler for detail, right? And
most definitely.
I'm thinking about it while we're sitting here talking. I'm looking in the comments, and Cash, his son, comments in. He says, he said, attention to detail. My dad's been telling me that for my whole life. And Mark, I swear to God, all I could hear was your dad or old man Dave or the old guys saying to us, no, goddammit, hold the flashlight here where I can see it, not where you can.
Pay attention. What the hell's wrong with you?
Absolutely.
Oh, jeez. So listen.
Pipes is the kind of guy, Pipes is the kind of guy, he likes the ARP 12-point bolts. He still clocks them.
Yeah.
Right.
Nope.
It's like, holy cow. And guys, Pipes is one of the busiest human beings I know.
Oh, dude.
Oh, my God.
So to be able to, I don't want to, shortcut's not the word, but to be able to provide parts to him that he can put on,
not worry
and
about,
like right off the bat without having to change them, paint them, color them, whatever. It just feels really good because I know how particular he is when it comes to his builds, and that's why I'm really glad he decided to do this for us.
Yeah, Pipes doesn't need a part sponsor. He needs a tire sponsor for his truck.
Yeah, no shit. So
absolutely.
Listen, we've been waiting to have this show for quite a while. We've been hearing about the bike and the collaboration, and I don't think anybody was really surprised about this. As a matter of fact, Justin, that you guys are well aware of, the brothers Justin and Cameron, and they were providing some images early on before we went on the show tonight to show you guys in one of your first collaborations.
Here comes Pipes.
Justin sent this in, and he was like, look at the two of them way back when.
Yeah. So say there's a chance.
I had to promise him that I was going to get it in. I'm sorry.
Man, they don't want to get into this picture thing.
Hey, all I know is that Brock should thank me because I didn't post the most amazing picture of him that I've ever seen.
It was the best.
But it was on his personal Facebook page, so I didn't.
It was the best.
It was awesome. It made me so happy today. I literally made Chris get up from his desk and come look at it.
I'm just going to say we're big fans of the Christmas Story, too. That's all I'm going to say. So, listen, anybody that's watching this show, and if we have your curiosity piqued at all, the show that we're talking about is March 28th and 29th at the St. Paul River Center. you can get out and see this motorcycle in show with hundreds of other bikes. Amazing people. It's a really good time. The Donnie Smith Show. I'm not even sure which annual this is. It's like forever this show's been. Yeah, it's forever the show's been going on. We're always there. Great time. You will not be disappointed. Right down the street, as a matter of fact, is one of my favorite places on planet Earth.
Cassettes.
Jaime's Haberdashery.
I went straight for the food.
and then Cassettes. Jesus, she did. Right to the food.
Great.
Now, I will say, Chris, too, something else me and Brock want to bring up. So, where I was an invited builder, they always set the invited builders up on the podiums. And so I actually go to Gilby's this coming weekend. We're going to have a photo shoot and model. We're going to have hero cards. Our beautiful Mercedes family will be there. So Neil was gracious enough. He got us a larger booth for Brock's, which will be on the front row there. And the lovely Mercedes will be there the entire weekend, handing out hero cards, signing autographs for people to debut the bike. So we're going to have quite the display there. So people can come over to Brock's booth, hang around with both of us, talk to Mercedes, get a hero card, get her autographs, that type of thing. So we're going to have a really great display at Donnie's this year.
Yeah, Brock's booth is always a blast, man. Like the parts there are incredible. The wheel display, because I'm still fascinated. I have to tell you about the whole carbon fiber wheel thing, and it just continues to blow my mind. And when you put your hand on these and you feel the rotating mass, and he gives you the explanation.
I think we need to put them on one of our choppers.
Huh?
Yeah.
Just saying.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, we're due. Heather's got a build coming up. We're building a secret undercover motorcycle for Heather,
mm-hmm.
and
it's going to be a few years in the
making. That probably work real good though.
They work on everything. It really doesn't make any difference what you're riding. Tom Kiefer put together an old school chopper with BST wheels and modern suspension.
Oh, his knucklehead. That's right.
It's just a matter of how the builder wants to put it together in his mind and put it together for others to see. It's really pretty cool.
That bike was on our cover, and there was absolutely nothing out of place on that motorcycle, and those wheels went right into that. You would think that wheels that are so modern and so new age and cutting technology, and somehow that thing that went all together perfectly, man. They were exactly the right wheels.
The only thing out of place on that bike was Kiefer.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, not hating, just saying.
He's going to be so mad when he hears that.
I know, I love it. Gotta love Tom.
Right.
I'm sure he's listening.
Yeah, right?
Oh, look at that.
That's funny. Oh,
there we go.
I just happen to have a 21-inch wheel. Pipes has a 21-inch wheel on his bike. So when you say the word performance, what's that mean? Well, a 21-inch wheel and performance generally don't go together.
Right.
But here's the difference. This wheel only weighs 9 pounds.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at how he's holding.
It's incredible.
Crazy.
Half pound or so into ceramic bearings. But the modern day BSTs are amazing. And this, so you guys know, the Torque Tech was the very first wheel that BST manufactured specifically for Harley Davidsons. Before this wheel came out in 2018, BSTs had been added to Harleys, but they were sport bike wheels. So when we were discussing this wheel back in 2017, I'll never forget, I was trying to explain to BST, I said, Harley guys will put more miles on their motorcycle in a year than a sport bike may get in its entire lifetime.
Yeah.
We have got to have unwavering reliability. And one of the things they did, this is a hollow spoke, lightweight rim, carbon fiber hub with lightweight aluminum adapters on it. And it really makes the motorcycle handle fantastic. Well, I told him, I said, we can have no failures. I don't care, you got big guys, big girls all together. You've got luggage. Some guys have trailers. We can't have any failures. And they said, Brock, we could change the layout and add an extra layer. It would add another 20% toughness to the wheel. They said, but it'll weigh a pound more. I mean, you know what? 8-pound wheel, 9-pound wheel.
Yeah.
I don't think the boys on the Harleys are really going to mind about that when you consider what most of the larger wheels, especially metal wheels, weigh.
Yeah, geez.
And I'm very proud to say that since we've been selling these wheels, we've not seen a failure.
Oh, good.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
We've seen crashes. They're not made of kryptonite. You can break them if you hit something hard enough. But as far as potholes, curbs, any crap like that, no. These things, they are absolutely amazing. And if you go to Donnie Smith, we always have a tablet with us. We can show you some videos. Unlike a metal wheel, if something does come down, and we show a video of a 1,100-pound V-block. Now, the wheel has a tire on it, but the V-block comes down. You can watch the carbon fiber flex over a half an inch.
Wow.
Now, when that happens, it may puff out a little air, but the rim comes back to its original shape.
Do you
That's
have
why
that
they
on?
make airplanes out of this stuff.
Do you have that on your Instagram?
Unlike metal, and come back to where it was before it been a flex. It's amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Is that on your Instagram anywhere, Brock?
It is actually on my YouTube channel.
Let me see if I can bring it up while we're
Performance
talking.
YouTube channel.
Yep.
And just type in wheel.
Yeah, that's probably
hold on 1
the
second.
biggest benefit of carbon fiber is it won't crack, but it will
Oh,
flex.
dude, that was the thing. Like forever, I had these doubts in the back of my head. But between Mark and I, we know tons of drag race guys and Bonneville guys, and when people that are putting that kind of force to a wheel tell you that they're not braking, like there's no doubt about
They're
it,
the
man.
people
I mean,
you listen to.
I think the force of a motorcycle leaving the line at a drag track is probably the greatest test you're ever going to have for it.
Well, and Chris, it's interesting you say that, because until BST met Brock's performance, the most stress a motorcycle wheel would see in use was MotoGP front wheel. Well, replace a MotoGP front wheel now with 1,000 horsepower Hayabusa that is literally glued to the racing surface.
Yeah.
Now it's a different game. And one of the things I'm now allowed to mention that we weren't allowed to mention for years.
The IT paint.
In about 2011, BST incorporated nanotechnology. You can look it up. It's amazing. They actually can align the molecules in this stuff. And they said, Brock, you're going to receive wheels that are about 40% tougher. They look exactly the same. Nothing has changed except for the resin and the way we put them together now. And before then, I'll be honest, we had problems with guys that don't know how to use tire machines, breaking rims and doing all kinds of stupid stuff, to the point where, some people didn't want to buy wheels because they were afraid they couldn't get tires installed. That went away.
Yeah.
It does not happen now. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure if you tried hard enough, you could make it break. But most people they catch the problem before they have any issues like that. And the good news is now the wheels will take it. Chris, if you were looking for that,
I am trying to find it.
I just threw the link in the comments.
Oh, okay. Hang on. I got it.
It's BST carbon fiber motorcycle wheel impact test.
Yeah, Heather just gave it to me. Give me 1 second. I think I got it. Here we go. If I can find my mouse. Son of a bitch.
Oh, I can tell you where it's probably at.
I'm not as great as I used to be.
Isn't that a song? Toby Keith.
Nope, that's not it. There it is. No.
There we go. And my apologies for the no good video. The gentleman turns his phone when he makes it, but watch that rim deflect.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Test number 15. Onto spoke 1.
That tire is still holding air.
How much weight was on the top of that?
1,080 pounds.
Wow.
Right, hiya, welcome back.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Huh.
That's
Well,
insane.
Yeah, that's getting it. That's getting it. So
It is amazing stuff. That's why you see more and more carbon fiber parts being made, especially the aerospace industry. Oh my gosh, drones, satellites. Carbon fiber used to have real problems with heat way back in the day.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, carbon fiber end caps for motorcycles, the rest of the exhaust glows red and the carbon fiber can take it. So the technological advancements that are happening in the aerospace world and in some very, very military, some of the stuff in the military that has been recently declassified is making its way into motorcycle components to make them safer, stronger, last longer, and make your riding experience just that much better.
And look, Becky's on here, and she says no way an aluminum rim could take that kind of test.
Aluminum, metal. If it's metal, magnesium, I don't care what it is. It's not going to unbend after you bend it.
Nope.
So then you've got, not only did you hit an impact of something that was bad enough to damage your wheel, now whatever speed you're going at, you have to figure out how to stop with at least one flat tire, sometimes two, if it's a terrible problem with the road.
Right.
Whereas with the carbon fiber wheels, you have to say, okay, I want to inspect my wheel, I want to look at it, do I see any issues, and then test the pressure.
Yeah.
If you run your wheel at 40 psi, all of a sudden it's at 36. Okay, we burp some air out, no big deal. Bump it back up to 40 and go hit more. It is amazing stuff.
I will say, guys, on the carbon fiber wheels, when you're running carbon fiber wheels, a lot of guys don't understand. Brock always has his setup there at Donnie Smith for the reciprocating weight. Where you're turning the wheel. Yeah. So when you go from heavy wheels to carbon fiber wheel, the bike takes less effort to turn it. Like we've seen people, they'll get on a bike that they've rode forever, put a set of carbon fiber wheels on it, and we call it flickable because the bike is so light, it turns much easier and quicker with a carbon fiber wheel.
That was
and
something
that's the
Kiefer
real
told me.
noticeable thing between reciprocating weight is the bike becomes very flickable in a corner. If you're a corner guy and you like to corner your Harley, it takes very little effort to lay the bike to the ground.
That was something Kiefer told me right away. Pipes was that the difference in the way he had to approach riding that motorcycle. It was a completely different ride.
Yeah.
And now that's pretty much all I've ever. And Brock was talking about weight. My V-Rod is over 200 horsepower. Most people see me race that bike. I've raced it all over the country. I've set the wheel on the ground at over 100 miles an hour. The bike, the wheel and the bearings are just the same as they were when I put them on an 08. So if you was going to damage a wheel, I would have already done it on that bike anyway. I've tried.
Well, Chris, if you remember my inertia display.
Oh yeah.
One of the things that we tell you is that for every 1 pound you take off of the rotating mass of the motorcycle, it's like taking 5 to 7 pounds of static weight off the bike.
Yeah.
On my personal road glide, when I switched from the Harley cast wheels and tires over to BST wheels, and I put some Metzlers on there. I forget which series they were, but the tires were a little bit lighter. The wheels were a whole lot lighter. I actually lost 30 pounds of rotating mass.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy.
This is from your
People
website.
would say, well, does your bike feel 150 pounds lighter? And I'll tell them with absolute honesty, yes, it feels every bit of 150 pounds lighter, if not 200 pounds lighter.
Yep.
But what you don't think about is now it stops quicker.
Yep.
Because the brakes aren't working to slow all that mass of the wheel and that comes on a stock Harley Davidson. Now you're slowing the wheel down, which is much, much easier. So the rest of the force that you were using previously goes to slow the motorcycle down. So the braking distance is considerably shorter.
Yeah.
The ride quality is better. The turnability, the flickability, long cruises. I mean, there are some racing organizations that will not allow carbon fiber wheels. Now, you can have them on your street bike, no problem. They won't allow carbon fiber wheels because it's an unfair advantage to the people who can't afford carbon fiber wheels, because a bike with carbon fiber wheels at the end of 30 minutes on a road race course or 45 or however long you're out there, that rider is not going to be nearly as tired as a rider that does not have carbon fiber wheels.
Okay, wait a minute. So this is obviously a sanction that doesn't have factory race teams.
Yeah.
Well, no, Moto America. Moto America, you can't have them in Superbike. You can have them in the hooligan races, and you can have them in some of the other classes. But if it's FIM rules, the FIM has considered that they're cheater wheels. Well, the good news is you can cheat all day long on your street bike, and nobody gives you any shit, and you get all the benefit.
Wait a minute, though. FIM is literally where the phrase unobtainium comes from, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
You know, Chris, as much as things make sense to me, I didn't get into politics for a reason. I think motorcycles go faster, and I like making the cool parts that guys like Pipes can use to make finished products that are far beyond my imagination's ability to come up with.
Well, that's the purpose of this build, Chris. Is we want to make all the stuff you'll see on this build at Donnie Smith's obtainium.
Yeah.
You know?
No, right on.
We want to make all this stuff available to the public, where the public can, like I said, there's a lot of people that would love to have a beautiful custom bike. They go, okay, what do I buy? If you could see it in real time, in a real world fashion, and explain those parts where people can actually see them. I mean, some people don't have a vision. There's a lot of people, they can't see colors or visions and so forth. So that's where I think we open the door. As we all collaborate together, we can make that vision a reality for them, and they can see these parts in real time and what we can actually do with them, with a little bit of creativity. That's the whole purpose of this build is so people can actually see it and be able to get their hands on it.
Yeah.
Well, and I think honestly, dude, the whole point behind this is pushing those boundaries, right? Like everybody's favorite thing to say is how it's all been done. Every great song's been written.
Right.
No, not necessarily.
Not yet.
There's another place for the music to go.
There is.
So,
and that's why we want to have Brock we're making hero cards that on the back of those cards will have the entire parts list. So a person can take it home with them, look at the bike, look at the back, look at each part. I think that's very important, so that when they get home, there's a memory there that and they have a parts list of what they're looking at on this particular build,
Well, I have the inside track that we are in the middle of this up to our necks. We're going to actually have this motorcycle in Cycle Source magazine. We'll for sure have a video here on ShopTalk and on Cycle Source TV. But in the meantime, you guys that are watching tonight, you want to follow along with all of this stuff, get out to Brock's website. Heather's going to put all the links up, brocksperformance.com. Follow along with his Instagram page at Brock's V Twin. Pipes, Gilliland Customs, you can follow him on Facebook and Instagram as well. But like I said, we're going to be following this thing from start to finish, and it all is going down at the Donnie Smith show at the River Center. So start with that, and we'll see you guys at the River Center. Check this motorcycle out. Maybe we can bring something live out so we can show everybody back here, the first-hand look at the bike.
You can do that.
Yes, sir.
Go over all the parts.
Well, I appreciate you guys being here, man. It's been a blast talking to you about this. I'm stoked for what this bike is going to look like, but even more so for this next chapter of custom like we've been talking about.
Yep.
And by the way, Chris, I'm sitting in my lounge in my new shop. I'm finally excited to get this place open this year. It's been 6 years in the making, and I'm actually in the lounge here, man. Where the lounge will be. If somebody comes here with their bike, they can have them a beer, sit down in the lounge.
Kidding.
Wait on our ugly ass to get your bike done.
You know what that was, Mark? That was just him dropping the sock.
I think that was I think that was we're supposed to come visit Pipes. Is that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yep. I think I need to go visit Pipes.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Well, listen, man.
I'm
Again,
in.
thank you guys so much for being here with us tonight.
Thank you, Chris. We appreciate you guys, and I look forward to seeing everybody at River Center, March 28th and 9th. Come see Brock. Come by Brock's booth. You'll see that we'll have your hero cards. The models be happy to sign, me and Brock, and we'll go over all the parts with you. Look forward to seeing everyone.
Right on. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Everybody, like I said, get out and check them out. Support these cats, and for sure, be at the Donnie Smith Show. We'll see you there for more of that stuff. But for now, we have some killer new products to look at. Don't go anywhere. There's still more coming to you in the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio on Shop Talk. We're not done yet. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, this is Chris with Cycle Source TV, and this is your product spotlight. What's in the box? What's in the box? Today's product spotlight is on the gas box stainless steel air cleaner cover, and I'm super stoked about this. I'm excited to get this on my build, this year's Twisted Tea bike, the Great American Tea Machine. You can see it back here. That thing is going to be dope. This thing is for 1991 to 2022 Sportsters. It'll fit on 93 to 2006 Big Twins with CV carburetors. Made from stainless steel, nice and small, tight little package. Nothing to get in the way of your leg or the rest of the way the motor looks. Like, that's what I like about these little air cleaners, is it doesn't block any of the view of what is one of the greatest features of the motorcycle, and that's the motor. Now you're going to say, all the way up to 22 Sportster, some of those are EFI. Check it out. EFI and the CV carburetor, same bolt pattern. Only thing is, with the CV carburetor, you're going to need a special bracket, which we happen to have here. You know the deal with that, the little breather bolts and the whole thing. But like I said, man, can't beat the way that looks. And this whole package, minus the bracket, $100. Only $100. There's that much in stainless there. Check them out today at lowbrowcustoms.com. Tell them the guys from Cycle Source TV sent you. This was your product spotlight.
On Location is brought to you by Clockworks. Clockworks, it's your ride, you decide.
Hey, this is Chris with Cycle Source Magazine, Cycle Source TV. So excited to be in Lone Star Rally. Don't go anywhere. You are in Texas with us. Let's go.
How you doing, everybody? It's Billy from Twisted Tea, and we're here at the Lone Star Rally at the Cycle Source Bike Show today from 12 to 3. Trophies are going to happen around that time, but it doesn't matter. Just come down, check out the bikes, have a good time. The sun's out, we're on the beach. Where are you at?
Get set. Go bite that weenie. other side.
Can I get an
You gotta at least give her a twisted tea necklace. Holy shit. Every year, there is no place like this rally. Oh! Everybody's like, please, please, please. Oh! We gotta fight! We gotta fight! She saved the day. I want to keep saying how size does matter. Bullshit. She got an inch of that weenie. We're all cheering. Give it up, Lone Star Rally.
Hey guys, Motor Clay up over here, Pier 21, Lone Star Rally, the place to be. We're actually have a whole bike show. We're filling up the whole pier, but it's for the greater cause. The motorcycle community coming together, putting out donations, cash only. Everybody come on down here. No less than $4,000 to Operation Ride Home, bringing back the military vets for the holidays. Lone Star Rally, sun is shining, and the sun is shining on the motorcycle community because of what we're doing and who we're giving it back to.
Whether riding takes you from A to B or just lets you escape, there's a flow to the road you share. So go with it. Eyes open, and always have the Law Tigers by your side. If you've been injured in a motorcycle accident, visit us at lawtigers.com. Law Tigers, America's motorcycle lawyers.
I'm Nick Trask, Trask Performance, and you're watching Shop Talk.
It doesn't matter what you ride. Or even where you ride it. Your motor needs protection you can trust. Mile after mile, heat after heat. Whatever you ride, wherever you ride, choose Spectro Oils.
All right, welcome back to the Dennis Kirk studio, and we are going headlong into the last part of the show. Listen, it's been an incredible night with you guys. Glad to be back from Daytona. Next up for us is the Spring Fling. My boy Rob Bitos up at Youngstown Harley putting together a show that we're all going up to next weekend. Bringing the Twisted T bikes out. You can check that out. I'm sure he's going to have all kind of BRL swag there, everything about that. So get online, check them out, Youngstown Harley. Me and Heather are coming out for that. If we could, yeah, you're coming too.
What? I've put in for vacation days, thank you.
Yeah, I listen.
Funny.
The decision just came back about your vacation days. It was a
a negative.
Yeah,
that's
not
would be a
happening.
negative.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah, it's
can't. I'm already on vacation.
Mark
that
already
weekend.
volunteered to go. He's going to go with you so he can see his friends.
So look at this button I have.
I don't have any friends.
So,
That's perfect.
If you were wondering, how can I see more of that incredible video from Lone Star Rally that we were just
I was
playing?
just thinking that.
Ermagerd.
You can go to Cycle Source TV.
Get
And
out.
That, along with like a bazillion other videos about motorcycles, motorcycle places to ride. This very show, look right there. This very show is on there, but you can see the full, almost hour-long program from the, well, actually not hour-long, 15 minutes.
Nah, so you were close.
Damn liar.
We
You
have
liar.
so much content getting ready to hit Cycle
Yeah,
Source
we
TV.
do.
We've got Chopper Fest and Daytona 2025 and Mama Tried and Lone Star Rally. There's just
Finally.
and motorcycles.
Finally shop hopping to DuBois Chrome Plating, which is an incredible facility that we got to spend a bunch of time the last couple months. You guys are going to dig that. You get to see the whole process of chrome plating from front to back, start to finish. And it's a blast. Gary, thank you so much for spending the time that you have with us on that. right down the road here is going to be Smokeout before you know it, and there's still time for you to get your early bird passes, and that is getting you a chance to win
we
that
need to pick
motorcycle.
more. We need to pick another number.
No, but listen, it's right now they're getting ready to kick us out of the studio. They're like, hey, the back door is open. Get the hell out.
I'll break out this bitch.
Again, thanks to Pipes and Brock for being on with us tonight, and thanks to you guys for sharing your headspace with us and keeping your Sunday night open so we can do this bullshit with you.
With you.
Yep. Son of a biscuit eater. She said it.
Son of a biscuit eating monkey.
Yeah.
Rooms are booked. Lone Star, baby.
Yes.
Dude, he had the greatest spot ever, not this year, but the year before.
Who?
Oh, Chach.
Our boy
Chach, Becky
Chach.
and Chach.
Oh, yeah.
He had
right
like,
on the strand.
Right on the strand. He had one of the corner porches on the second floor.
The balcony that
Oh, my
overlooked
God,
the
it
whole
was so
thing.
badass.
Mhm.
Did it come with
poor
earplugs?
Big D.
Did it come with earplugs?
Great show. I got to go find my effing shovel. Radar says he's your friend as long as you keep loaning him your tools.
Shut up, Radar.
Steve Broyle says smoke out, smoke out, smoke out.
Smoke out.
I thought Radar stole your tools.
He did. He owes me a tool.
Oh.
All right,
10
listen,
millimeter socket.
Let's wrap this shit up and
Torch
take it
bit.
back into the
Oh,
station. We're out of time.
Speaking of taking the station, which we didn't bring up that while you were in Daytona. I'm Ricky.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't bring
we
it
have
up.
to. We have to. We don't have a choice. So a few of us were there, and a lot of you that weren't able to be there, which can't say was more understood. He would have been so mad if anybody would have went out of their way and changed their life to come back for 5 minutes. But
I still can't believe. I
Yeah.
still can't believe he's.
it was
he's gone.
awesome. Carol, Brandon, Danielle, Travis, Big Brian, and Doug. It was a really good day. Duke, Beej, John Krieger. I can't name everybody, but it was. It was a great day. It was a great day to celebrate him, and there's going to be a party coming up to celebrate his life, which everybody will hear about here soon. But don't stop sending your love and prayers to Carol and to Brandon and Danielle and Trav, and so I had to bring it up. So as shitty as it was, and it was an honor to be a part of it. It was an honor to be a part of his life.
It was.
There was a few stories that were brought up at the funeral, which we were glad Chris wasn't there because he would have cried louder than anybody in the room because his name was brought up also. But, again, any of you out there that you were all thought of that day, anybody that was a part of being a friend of his.
Dude, I think almost on purpose this year in Daytona, I drove past Hanky Panky's 100 fucking times. You know what I mean? And like anybody that knew Rick back in the day when Rick was still drinking and wild ass, like we almost burnt that joint down on the regular.
Yep.
Like I can't believe it actually looks like a nice place today.
Yeah,
probably because we all
Rick's,
stopped doing it.
because Rick quit going in there. Yeah.
But,
I had to bring it up, but I want to bring it down to the end of this.
No,
but
it was.
There'll never be another guy like Rick, man.
Yeah, not at all.
You
Proud to call him a friend. And funny story. Brandon called me and said, he's like, "Hey man, what about being a pallbearer?" And I'm like, I think I was telling Chris, and I'm like, there's going to be so many people there that would be honored to be a part of that. Like, dude, I've been carrying him for 5 goddamn years. Did somebody else carry him for 5? Which kid around that's one of the proudest parts of me is I've got to spend so much time with him and with Carol and Brandon, and just an honor. Love you guys very much, and you know where I stand, and you know where I'm at if you need me. So
Ricky was my first national advertiser.
Yep, first and freaking person that kept pushing, made sure that you always had a direction. Yep. So usually wrong, but he always made sure we had
he
direction.
reminded me a lot of ways. He reminded me of the father from that '70s show.
Yeah,
because he was always ready to put a foot up your ass.
Yeah, dumbass. Yeah.
All right, man. Listen, love and prayers to Ricky's whole family. Like I said, there'll never be another one. But at the same time, we're glad that everybody was there for him and it went like it did because that was
a great day. It was
that
a good
was his deal, man. So we're gonna be back next week. We'll be back here. Got lots more loaded up for you guys. Like Heather said, there's tons of stuff coming up for Cycle Source TV, so keep tuned to that. If you don't know what we're talking about, go to cyclesourcetv.com and sign up because it's like the magazine, but now it's all come to life with video, and we take you places, and we show you things, and we tell real stories longer than 3 minutes. So if you can manage to keep your effing attention, Sally, we'll tell you a good story. If not, go check us out on Facebook or
a lot of pictures. You can look at a lot of pictures.
Yeah, you can look at pictures. You can look at the pictures.
Whole bunch of pictures.
Story, substance.
So until next week, we'll see you back here, same chopper time.
Same chopper channel.
Glad to be back, Felicia.